Good morning, friends. Melissa here. Today is day 3, the last day of our helping anxious kids and their families with going back to school. It is a big transition. It's huge, and we don't necessarily give it the time and thought that we need. I know shopping is what we give time and thought to, getting all those new school supplies and ready to go, but there's a lot of internal transitions that need to take place. Supporting it. Oh, hi, Sarah. Thank you for the like. There are ways to support it. And the last day today that we're talking about is the ways that we can use supplements to support this transition. Summertime can be a time of snacky snacks and treats with camping. And for a lot of people, that might be increasing their sugar intake as well, increasing their artificial dyes and things in the intake. So if you have a highly anxious child, or if you're anxious yourself, you might want to take notice that increasing sugar into your system, as well as artificial dyes or processed food, can actually be a trigger in your body later. So I'll tell you exactly what I mean. As a teacher and working with highly anxious kids, they have a tendency not to necessarily intuitively eat the best way. And so the mornings, sometimes kids aren't eating what they should be eating, and they don't know this well enough. Our system has allowed for definitely very sugar-filled mornings. So one of the first hacks that we can use, I don't even know if it's a hack, it's actually just should be a lifestyle change, is looking to find the right foods to support our kids. The highly sugared and dyed cereals are not the right foods, like really not the right foods. And I figured this out with my own child. Sarah, natural solutions for anxious children is what we need. It is, it actually is, and for ourselves too. So it's incredible. So the first thing I started to do was realize with my kiddo, and his was showing up, there was absolutely this grumpy attitude I was noticing. And what do we say it is? Oh, they're teenagers. That's what we say it is. But realizing that they're actually not eating the right things to support their well-being, or supplementing properly to support their well-being, because that goes along with eating. We can't just, we can't just supplement. We have to also eat well, because it works together. So for my teenager, the big thing is I said, you need to look at the protein that you're eating in the morning. And I think that's going to help you to feel more full and to feel happier throughout the day. He also was starting to get teenage acne. And I said, I think your sugar spikes are going up. This is after learning so much about MetaPower. It like absolutely blew my mind. Our glucose roller coasters that were going on. Sarah, I don't know. You're like a holistic health coach, so you might have known these things, but I know the industry and educating it definitely dove deeper into these sugar spikes. And I was like, my mind was blown. And I was like, this is me. This is exactly what's going on with my family. So with my teenager, and I could imagine this being the same with any of my kids growing up, is if I switched to getting more protein in their morning, that I would have seen a change in their physical appearance when it came to acne, as well as their behaviors, like the grumpy teenage attitude. So every morning we make sure that we're eating higher protein. So for my teenager, it's egg. And also that we're having whole foods as best as we can. Sometimes there's still cereal, but we're making sure that we add in that protein to go along with it. Yes, Sarah, sugar spikes, food affects mood. Oh, I have to work on this every day at school with the kids that are just doing this. And they actually feel like they are having out-of-body anxiety experiences because they haven't eaten the right food. They haven't had enough protein, and they are just crashing on all the sugar that they're eating. We have a corner store right next door, and people will go there. They're not supposed to, but they will go there, or friends will go there and bring back those sugar pixie sticks. And so a kid on a completely empty stomach will be downing a sugar pixie stick, and then probably about 30 minutes later in class, they're having a complete breakdown because this is what's going on. So start with ourselves and support our family, and then we'll know how to support others. So one, Even though he's a teenager, I'm still like, yeah, take the A to Z chewable tablets. He likes them. It's a good reminder. I keep them out on the counter. We don't have the EO Omegas anymore, that liquid to supplement his morning. We're on the, we're just take the pill form to supplement. So those are his two, like, mind and mood supports. And the big thing we're learning about, I know, I'm sorry for what I said or did after I ate the sugar. If we could have the t-shirts. Well, people always say I'm sorry for what I said or did because I was hungry, but they're not realizing it's like a lot of the time it's the glucose spiky crazy roller coaster that's causing full chaos. And it's true. It's so true. So if you are a doTERRA member, Sarah, we know we've got to have this in our cart right now. This or the PB Assist, not the junior, but these little packets right now are incredible for helping the gut biome. I know we're going to get a change in formula, but my kiddo, I'm like, you need to have this in your gut because so many of the stresses we experience, as well as the foods that we eat disrupt our microbiome, especially when we're eating sugar. So we have to change our microbiome and put in the healthy prebiotics. We've got to get in those vegetables. We've got to get that fiber in there to help support our gut because those are the things that those little microbiomes need to eat. And then this one helps as well with a healthy gut microbiome. So getting those, feeding the right microbes in our belly is really important. Teenagers, and I think, you know, it's the same as littles, like littles as well. I'm not too sure for a little what the age is for this one. Sarah, do you know for the littles what this is, like when we're supplementing? I think I started to supplement my little people. Like, when did you start giving vitamins? I definitely started to do that. Like, oh yeah, age 4. I was going to say it was around age 4. So this is age 4 and older. So if you've got a highly anxious little person, and you can start increasing their protein levels and then looking at supporting this, because we can be born with a microbiome that is out of whack. And then you can have a really gassy, fussy, upset little child. And it is hard to navigate. That was my first. I'll start as soon as they'll start. Yes, my firstborn, that was that. And I just realized like there was a lot. I have celiac disease and I just learned something. Oh my gosh, Sarah, I'm so glad you're here. I can tell you this. I just learned something today. I had like a massive mind blow up. MetaPower contains the essential oils that, where's my little thing? This nugget right here. So if you know anyone that has celiac disease, they need to get on MetaPower because the essential oils that are in MetaPower are the essential oils for the celiac protocol. I had no idea. I'm like twitching. I'm so excited. It blew my mind because I'm like, something is going on with my gut, and I know that it's healing because of the collagen, and I know that my inflammation is reducing because I'm taking my LLV every day, which is helping, of course, with emotions and mood management and brain fog and all of those things. But what? This actually has the essential oil protocol for celiacs. Tell people, everyone needs to know that MetaPower has the celiac protocol in it. So that's supporting then getting the micronutrients our body needs. Unbelievable things start to happen with the brain and the body, and the fatigue and all these things start to go away, and you're just a happier person, more resilient, and can deal with the constant BS that is coming at us in the current situation. Better now. We're not on fire anymore. Okay. Back on track. So for the kids, that is definitely, that is definitely a good way to support in the morning. And even having one of these, you could be like, here, instead of a pixie stick, have one of these in your lunch kit. Fix it. Those are fantastic. Okay. Just, they're not good for dogs. So please don't give those to dogs. Because I think they have xylitol, which is amazing for our mouth microbiome for the humans, but not good for the dogs. Next thing, so they're at school right? And you want to make sure that this is the hard one, is if you have a teenager, like, good luck. We're trying our very best to help them understand how they should eat. They like to battle that all the time, but at least start their day out right. Little ones, I think there's a little bit more control over. Do you like the sigh that I have? It's because I've worked with teenagers for 20 years, and it's like they eventually come around, but in that time it's like, oh my gosh, you should eat healthy. I should eat as unhealthy as possible. It's like giving 3-year-olds free reign. Anyway, okay, coming back. So little kiddos, they will have more support in eating at school, and just making sure that lunch has that protein in it as well as the prebiotics, which are the fruits and the vegetables and the highly colored. Try to make sure you're getting your kids with those high anthocyanins, which is like looking at the purples and things like that. Make sure that's getting in their meal for the micronutrients and macronutrients that they need. Coming home, watch the snacking, because if they come home and we go straight to carbs without pairing it with the protein, you're going to get one of those weird sugar spikes and have an absolute nightmare in the afternoon/evening. So make sure you've got some protein on hand, whatever protein of choice that is for you, with those little people, so that you're not seeing a complete catastrophe. My sweet boyfriend helped me with this too, because I was just learning more about pairing a protein with a carbohydrate to stop that sugar spike. And he would do that for me because of my sensitive gut. I would do this so much with the carbs, and I was like the glucose roller coaster. So I'm so happy that he's like, we have this protein for you. And I'm like, okay, good. I'm a happier person. He knows that. Last but not least, before bed. Now, I know that we can use diffusing, as from yesterday's little video. I said, let's have some diffusing strategies before bed. If you need to, with kids that are highly anxious kids, that they might need additional supports for their body, because their body might be taking a certain neural pathway that stays stuck. You might see your kids, this is really hard for the parents as well. You might see your kids in like anxiety circles, and they're stuck in anxiety circles, and it's really hard to get them out. You can use aromatherapy to help disrupt that, because that's going straight to the amygdala. The aromatherapy goes right into the aromas from the essential oils, goes right back in there, and it can sort of shift it. So having essential oils to diffuse, keeping yourself calm as possible as well, really helps. And if they are of the age, and I think, I'm not too sure with this one, I want to ask. I know with my teenagers and all the adults, these two fantastic nuggets, both as supplements, but also as essential oils. These are stress support supplements. They are fantastic. So they have different ingredients like ahi flower, then have lavender, and there's lemon balm in here, which help. I want to say they're helping the stress metabolites in our body, so that we're supporting our body in doing what it needs to do to metabolize stress rather than getting stuck. If you are supporting a highly anxious child, I recommend taking these yourself, because it takes a lot out on the loving parents. And so finding supplements that are supporting your body versus numbing your body, which are not supplements, that's where addiction comes from, because that's what we usually have in front of us, our solutions on how to numb the pain. But instead, you want to support your body so you can process and help come up with solutions to move forward, to make natural solutions, as Sarah said, just to make things a little bit easier. So I think, of course, I rambled on a lot, but I hope that this was informative. Please note if there's any questions that you have, I will be checking today. And I think this, because it is a event, I think these stay up for about 30 days. Hopefully I'll be able to see the comments if the Facebook keeps working the way it should. And I'm excited for convention, Sarah. You're my roomie. This is so cool. And I can't wait to see what our new gut biome products will be, especially, for kids as well, because it's unbelievable once you start healing the gut, how you feel, and the inflammation, how it just reduces so much in the body is blows my mind, especially people with autoimmune issues. You want to look at supports for your gut. I bet you people didn't know that. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. I know. Me too, my friend. Me too. And take care. And I can't wait to see some of you that are in there in person. All right. Take care. Bye.